Wait. This is some of the lingua franca of the funk business. And people come from miles around with an almost religious devotion to get on down.
Everybody's so glad you're here. Schoolio with the flow back in your ear. This ain't a fantastic words, but I'm still on the mission to see if I can get your attention. Now I want to drop some information, just a little additive to your education. I live my life by the code of the funk, 600 watt F18s in the trunk. When I'm on the street, you gotta feel my beat, so throw your hands up if you're down with the seat. Double O-L-I-O with the flow. I'm looking for the party, so better know. 1, 2, 3, it's like ABC. If hip-hop didn't pay, I rap for free. Slide, slide, but that's the path. I got something brand new for that.
1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor. Gotta get up and get down. Gotta get up and get down. 1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor. Gotta get up and get down. Gotta get up and get down.
If you got beef, then eat a pork chop. Once I get it going, you know it don't stop. I break like any locks. Pennies drop from hood to hood, block to block. Hell, I need somebody to get it going on in this party.
This your man down on the producer. And the line dance connection. Tap performer. And my girl Queen Sheila. Come on, get busy.
Hi.
Yes. Hi.
What happened?
What was all of that video stuff? Coolio?
Man, look, you'll find out about Coolio, okay?
Okay. Because I was confused. Why I always gotta find out later though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like I find out after the fact of what's going on.
You don't have to know everything, man. What's up?
Yeah, really, like for real. I'm on here.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. That's what's up. That's what's hot in
I
the
didn't
streets.
say anything, nothing. I just said you don't have to know
Feel like
everything.
It feels like nothing, just so you know that. Sheesh. I'm sitting here looking at Coolio.
Oh, wait. Hold up. Hi, Marquise. How are you?
What the heck wrong with you? I just said that. I'm good, Zandra. How are you doing, man?
I'm well. I'm so well. How was your event?
Oh yeah, man. That was nice, man. Oh man, shout out to everybody that came through. We do appreciate it, man. Celebrating with us in that 5th anniversary. It was exciting. I had fun. These cats, they enjoyed themselves. Met some new people. It was awesome. Definitely. So grateful for that. But the next one gonna be ridiculous. But I ain't gonna tell you I win though. Keep that on low.
Oh, okay. Well, give us a little insight. You know,
I'm just letting you know it's gonna be ridiculous. I know the next one gonna be ridiculous, and so yeah, we're gonna keep that on the low though. In the meantime,
well, look, man, they coming in today. How's everyone doing? Adrian, I can't wait to see you in May. Hello to you. Well, Kathy was like, hey, Catrina. You know what, Marquise? How you feel about when our viewers come on and they don't say nothing to us? They just go straight to our guests. They be
like we invincible or something. Like
yeah,
really,
you know. And
us.
our sweet lady ain't even on the screen yet. And it's like they done bypassed us and it's like, hey, Catrina. But it's all good. We want to give a shout out to everyone that have come on. Thank you for tuning in. What is wrong with you, Marquise?
The Marriott.
Well, okay. I guess they don't want to hear nothing from us. I guess we done.
We all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, real, sheesh.
Yeah, like, okay. Well, I tell you what, let's get our lady in.
Lady T, man, you see
Lady
this? You see what you got
T.
going on? See what you got going
Hey,
on here? Like, forget us. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, bring it home.
hey, y'all. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know why, but my heart is beating fast.
Shout
It's
I'm
out.
from
not
the
an interview
love.
person.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's from
that's
the
what it is.
love.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all.
you
From the
see
love.
the love
Lady
Yes.
Stephon.
D.
You see the love Stephon
Yeah.
sent you.
With,
You see the love that Lady D has sent. Hey, Lady
yes.
D.
Yes. Ay, she's so sweet. She's sweet.
Yes.
Thank you,
Uh,
Demaria. She-
I know.
oh Lord. Look at Stefan already.
I
Look
already
at
see.
him.
I already
Look
know
at
how
Stefan already.
You know what?
He's so
But let me
mean.
tell you something, Lady T. I tried to reach out to Stefan. Since he trying to come down on you, I'm gonna just call out. You
Dang.
know he hadn't responded to me. He did not
Ah,
respond to me.
oh, Steph,
You know what?
Yeah.
do it like
I
that.
tried to talk him into coming on, and it's, he won't do it. Not
What?
because of y'all or anything like
No,
that.
actually,
No,
Nothing like
not
he
at
that.
all.
was. He
Of
actually
course.
was. We rapped before last year, if anything else. We actually planned on it. But a few things adjusted, so we had talked to him about that, if anything. So,
And he better, because I've already told
yeah,
him he
he
better.
said he wasn't. He had to
He
wait.
said he don't recall. It's okay. You know what, Stefan? I'm gonna hit you up again. How about that? But you
Yes,
know what? We're not talking about Stefan today. Stefan got to come on in
exactly.
order for us to do that. Today is
Mhm.
Lady T's day. Tell us about Lady T. Who is Catrina?
Mm.
Well, I'm Katrina Daniel, I reside in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The Lady T stands for Lady Tennessee, not for my name. I don't know.
Thanks for clearing it up.
Thank you.
Somebody actually gave me the name Lady T years ago, and it's for Tennessee because I actually used to be the only traveler from Tennessee.
I,
So, here she comes.
Okay.
Who is, who is that?
I thought you.
So I'm a registered nurse by profession. I'm a mother of two. I'm married and I have a grandson. And I've been line dancing for 17 years, teaching for 16.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Sheesh.
So, where did you get introduced to line dancing? How did you? How did that happen?
We we have a community center called Patterson Community Center in Murfreesboro, and I saw a sign and it said line dancing. I called the lady up. This is how I sounded. True. Is it like the electric slide? She was, and see, she was from Detroit. She's from Detroit.
Okay.
So she was like, yeah. And I said, well, I'm going to try to come. I'm going to get some people to come with me. And she said, you can come by yourself. And I asked a lot of people to come with me and said, will you come? Will you come? And nobody came. But I'm the kind of person, I don't need anybody. I'll go wherever I want to go. So I just went and went to the class, fell in love. And that's the thing about line dancing. There's really, to me, no middle ground. It's either you love it or you don't. I
Mm.
fell in love from the second I was dancing, even though I couldn't dance a step. I was in love. I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing.
You couldn't
So,
dance,
and then
really?
I couldn't do line, line dancing is counted steps. That's a totally different, line dancing and dancing are two different things.
Okay.
Facts.
Line dancing is count.
Mhm.
So if you can count, you'll be able to line dance. Instead of, you could, anybody can get out there, we can do that. But to count out steps and be able to line dance and stay, on the beat of the count and all that, that's a whole different, it's just different. So I was
Okay.
out there. I mean, I could do the electric slide, but I didn't know all these other dances she was having me kicking cross, kicking cross, kicking cross.
Mm.
Like, so I just kept kicking. Loudly. she's like, you know.
Hey.
But then
So,
the next year, she asked me to become an instructor, so I did.
so
That's
you
what's up.
did more than just kept kicking for her to
I
ask you.
did because I loved it so much. I actually and she's on here. My friend Dina, she's on here. She finally went with me. She didn't go the first time, but then she started going. I used to go to her house to learn how to do that kick and cross.
Okay.
She
Mm,
would show me. I was just a fanatic from that day, and I went and learned. Kept on. If I had a problem, I'd go to her because she could dance. Dina could really dance,
mm.
and so that's what I did. I mean, I was just in love with it, and I loved the lady. I just loved MJ. She was just like finesse. She had finesse. She's from Detroit. I mean, so
Well,
Okay.
you already know, Lady T, you ain't got nothing but a whole bunch of history. You learn, I mean, just times I've interacted with you, I've gathered a lot of information, if anything else. So definitely appreciate just the navigation, direction, and getting information and everything else, and just breaking it down. 'Cause boy, one thing I know about you, you don't play the radio, like for real, for real. Like people just ain't gonna just come in and say and do whatever they want without actually having knowledge of the history. Like you was big on that. So what made you feel like you were called to in that position to communicate and educate people like that? Like how did that happen for you?
I just I don't know. I just loved it so much that I didn't just want to dance. I wanted to learn everything about it. I wanted to learn the history. I wanted to learn everything, the ins and outs of it, everything. Who was Kenny J? My instructor, of course, is from Detroit, and she worked with Curtis Good. That's how I met Curtis because they were both cops. So him and just Kenny J, watching his videos, and we would do a lot of dances that he did, the videos he made. And I just wanted to know it all. just, and I just wanted to share it, and I wanted other people to love it like I did.
Gotcha.
I know now that I'm older and wiser that everybody's not going to love it, and everybody's not going to do what we do.
Right.
And, back in the day, yeah, I was really radical. so, so you had to like, you just have to let everybody be who they are, and if either they
Right.
care or not. But I'm still going to share knowledge, especially you come on Universal.
I'm glad
You
y'all
come on
changed that.
there, and we're going to
I like
share some
that.
stuff.
I'm glad y'all changed the name on it. I appreciate that. I love that.
Well, I talked to Lindsay about it because she changed it, and Lindsay Mayfield is the one that created it.
Right.
After we came back, and I don't know where we came back from, but I know it had to be United with Dance one year, and she created the page and invited everybody to the page. So it was just soul line dancing.
Right.
So she wants to go back to the roots of what she started the page for. We have over 26,000 members now, and it has gotten kind of, crazy.
Mhm.
So we're trying to like scale it back to get back to soul line dancing, and just the history, the knowledge, and the love of soul line dancing.
Right.
Not
Right.
that anybody's against anybody, but that's what it was started for, and that's what we do. I
Mhm.
like all dancing. I like country music, but soul is
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
my heart is.
So I keep seeing people always talking about it, and you as well. Y'all always bring up United We Dance. Tell us about United We Dance, and
United with Dance
yeah.
was the biggest soul line dance event.
Mm.
And I hope nobody takes it to offense when I say this. This is how I say it when I say it, but it was a group. It never went south. It was always the north. I know I used to beg Curtis to come to the south back in the day and say, "Can you bring it to Tennessee?" But they were in it was groups, and
Right.
they were in this, I call it an association. I might have it wrong. Jermaine or Nicole, if she comes on, Curtis, they can correct me. But now I call it the Chitlin Circuit because I
Wow.
because they had a responsibility in that group, in that association, to attend so many different events of the people in that association. Like
Mhm.
Common Ground was in it, of course, Nicole, and there was, of course, some of these groups I can't call out all their names. Motown Hustlers. Nicole always says it's not really a group; it's a class. But to me, it's the holy grail of line dancing, one
Wow.
of them. And so all these different groups up north, um, they came together, and United We Dance was just huge, like over 1,000 people. My first one was in Akron, and that was I think 2006 because somebody had to help me, because I was like, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I knew not one dance, but it was awesome. Everybody was awesome. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen in my life, and I'm glad we went. My instructor took us. We didn't know anything. She didn't prep us. We weren't prepared. But in this, when I say Chitlin Circuit, because they had bylaws and everything where they traveled to these different places. I would follow them. I would go where they went. So we'd go to Louisville. They went to Kansas City. They went to different cities, and I would get and just go where everybody went. And that's how I traveled around in the beginning to go to different line dance events, following the United We Dance the way they did it.
So
And it
what
was
happened
so
to it?
much fun.
What
And it
happened?
wasn't just line dancing in the beginning.
Right.
I mean, they had stepping because we were forced to go to the stepping class. My instructor made us go.
Oh,
Go learn the stepping. I didn't care anything about stepping, but in
okay.
different genres, and that's what it was. And then of course line dancing just eclipsed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
help
what
me
it
understand
usually
that.
does.
Like, what happened to it, and is it possible for to have another one at that? First question, then the second question.
In my opinion, it is possible to have another one, but to me, it could be, it just wouldn't be. This is my opinion. My opinion. That's it. I really I felt like Curtis at the helm. I mean, that's the best times that I ever had. When he was at the helm. I mean, I call it at the helm. Heck, I didn't know who was president, vice president. I don't know, but that's the face that I know of United We Dance. Is
Gotcha.
Curtis Good.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And of course I know other people that were there, but that's just they called him Uncle Curtis all the time back
Mhm.
then too.
Yeah. I think my first interaction with Kurt is I got cussed out. I don't think I
Oh,
want to tell you.
yeah, that's him.
But you
Yeah.
know what, Marquise, that's not hard to believe.
Hold on. First of all, what you're not gonna do,
Amen,
Andre,
Jermaine.
taking it too far. I ain't taking it too far. All I remember, King Jake introduced me to him, and he said, "And who the is you?"
That's him. I love it. I love it. And he's a protector. He's a strong black man. I
Yeah,
love that man.
good people.
I do.
Definitely, definitely.
Wow.
He said, Jermaine said we all got
Look at
cussed
Jermaine. He said we all got cussed out.
out. Like, man, oh, okay then. That's what's up. I think I'm part of
So
it.
when you come across a beginner, Katrina, what do you advise them? What advice do you give them?
For say that again. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yes, for a beginner, because I saw
For a
someone
big.
who came on and welcome. She said that she's a beginner. She's just starting or getting into line dancing. What advice do you give beginners?
I would suggest for somebody that's a beginner to attend classes, find a beginner class, because sometimes you 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 get in the wrong class. If you're a beginner and there's an immediate, intermediate, and advanced class, you're gonna get discouraged. Get in a beginner class, learn the history, learn the steps, the names of steps. Take your time. Don't get discouraged. Keep trying. Don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I would have I felt like I was like I can't do it, but I just kept going and going and going, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I like.
Right, right.
Okay. So what history would you give them? Because you said learn your history. What would you encourage them to?
Um, well, the history of just what I know, because I don't know all the history now. I'd be lying if because there's veterans, that have been in it forever, like Curtis, Nicole, people, Kenny J, Bernadette, people that have been in it for years. So I just give them the history that I know,
Mm-hmm.
and just talk about basically when I say, I guess the history, I just talk about the different, like we're travelers, I'm a traveler. So
Right.
there's a difference between a traveling line dancer and somebody that doesn't travel.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to see what they want to do and see if they, do, and explain all that, and explain what we do and how we travel around, and just the history of. It's not really the history of line dancing because I don't even know where it started, but I know everybody claims that Big Moochie, he'll say, Cleveland and different things. So I just talk about what we do and how we do it, the history of me doing that, and how you can become a part of it if you want to. And some of my students are now traveling a little bit, and they actually had their first taste of a line dance party when they went to R&R's party, second
Okay.
anniversary mixer.
Okay. So
And then I just bring up, that it's been around forever, of course, and it's nothing new.
so you've been in the game so long, a part of the whole community and everything else. What changes have you noticed? And based off the trajectory of how things are going, what's your feelings as far as the evolution of the soul line dance community and where it's going based off from where it started? What's your thoughts on all of that?
Well, it's changed a lot because of social media, now even TikTok and YouTube. Just it's changed so much that so many people are line dancing, but there's still different factions of line dancing.
And
So you know what I'm saying? There's people that are just do the dances they see on TikTok and what they see, and they think that's all. They can't let go of "Come Dance with Me,"
okay.
and, and
What's
they'll
what's
just be
condensed
stuck
for me?
there.
What's condensed for me, just in case for the people who don't know?
Those people right there know "Come Dance with Me" is a dance by Joe Thompson Dismansky, and it's an old country line dance
Okay.
that we do, and we call it Tamia, and what is the other, whatever other names. I hate it,
Okay.
and I hate that they call it that. But
Mhm.
there's so many dances we do that are country. That's not the only one.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, that's not the only dance we do. Metamorphosis is a country line dance. It's one of my
Which is
favorites.
surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, Tamia and all that. I hate that. But so they don't know the other side of the traveler side, the ones that get out and can't get enough. Thank you, twin. And
Mhm.
they don't know that other side, that there's like two sides to it in my mind. Well, three sides. Because there's
Mm.
people that don't travel that line dance and go to their classes. Then there's people that travel and take the time to learn and go to all these events. And then there's the club line dancers that are going to do the Tamiya and just in that. So, and it's like a melting pot of line dancing.
Mhm.
But I don't mean it in a negative way, but because it's not negative. But I always say when I talk to people, and it's not meant in a negative connotation, but they
Right.
don't do what we do. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because it's different if you're a traveler. It's it's
Right.
it's 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 different.
Mhm.
And if you're a traveler, what you do is your goal is to go to an event, know these dances, dance with people from everywhere,
Mhm.
stay current, try your best, which I'm exempt. I've been in so long, I'm exempt. I ain't got to do nothing, step on. But I don't have to stay up all night. I don't have to do any of it. I'm exempt. But but that's what we do. So it's kind of different. And sometimes I think even I push too much with people because I want them to be like me and travel and see it that way. And I have to realize, and I have realized that people are not going to do that. And people are not going to want to learn advanced and intermediate dances. They're not going to want to do that. They're
Right.
going to want to do beginner dances. They're going to want to just do that they see on TikTok. They want to learn it. And that's it.
Mhm.
And I'm okay with it. I know a
Right.
lot of people aren't, but I can't make them.
Right.
I can't change it.
Okay.
But Curtis said a long time ago, even in the traveler, even with the traveler, the people that are gonna pay to travel are gonna be mostly older people that are established and have the funds to be able to travel
Mhm.
because it costs a lot of money to do it. And he said that a long time ago, and I agree with that.
Mhm.
So, because you've got to have funds. I mean, it's expensive to do this, and that's why people that are older might not want to do, you know, jump around and do advanced dances,
Right.
and that's okay too because there's enough room for everybody.
Right.
You're absolutely right because I know when you have young children, it's hard for you to break away. But once they're older, that becomes a
Exactly.
hobby. That
That's
frees
true.
up money for you and all of those types of things. So I
That's true.
can definitely see why you would say that.
Mhm.
Um,
And,
they, you
and
know
that's
what?
how it works. Look, doing that face like that.
Yeah, I love
Look.
it. All right, so yeah, go ahead and get you. I love it. All right. Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, man, I can say for me, I was early on started off as one of those only did local dances in the local area and knew that there were other dances out there. But I think for me at the time early on, I wasn't a traveler. So to even think about traveling outside of my city was just a stretch already. You know what I'm saying? But once
Yes.
we got exposed and once we learned, I met my wife and she was a traveler all day. You know what I mean? And then we got introduced and started seeing all the communities and all the dances and the soul line dances out there. You know what I mean? You value and appreciate it at the same time. So I do agree that there is a lane for everyone at the same time, but sometimes some people are just afraid to make that next move, that next step. So we try to encourage as best as possible.
Exactly.
So
I
yeah.
agree. I agree with you totally on that too, because I talked to Demaria a couple of months ago, and when she came to Nashville, and I sort of I was babying my class, especially since I knew that it just seemed like they weren't going to want to travel. They didn't want to travel. They've been dancing with me for years and years. We couldn't progress. I had to just, but I after talking to her that I came home and I just said, we just gonna push you. I don't care.
Mm,
We're just gonna push you and make you.
mm,
We're gonna try to get you further. So
mm,
they have progressed so much. I mean, they progressed, and I think they're gonna be all right. So when we hadn't come back yet from
mm.
after R&R, I had to be off, a minute. But
Right.
so we'll be back, and we're just gonna push a little bit further. Now, are they gonna do advanced dances? No, because most of my people, several of them are in their 70s.
Okay.
um, these are older people, most of them,
Mm,
um, and
mm.
they're not going to. And look, stop babying your students. Yeah, he's right. He's always said that. He's always on me. But
Right.
when you see people and you're just like, well, so I was kind of like, petting them a little bit, but they're doing so much better.
Right. So do you
So,
do any? Because I don't think I ever seen you do any advanced dance. You do any advanced dances, Lady T?
well,
And name it. I want to know which one that is.
let me see. I don't know, because I'm just trying to think of something that's really considered advanced.
Okay.
Because when people say advanced, sometimes I look at them and they're not advanced
But
in my mind.
that's
They're
true.
intermediate, but they're not advanced. Some of them.
Right. Right. I agree. I
So
agree.
tell us the
So
difference in your mind. What's the difference?
I, to me, if I can, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Stefan. Wherever Lady T's groove, I guess it's that's I can do that, right? I can probably do any dance. I mean, you know what I'm saying. In my defense, what has happened though, and I'm better now, but I was having a lot of problems with my memory,
Mhm.
and I discussed that with Stefan too. I know he didn't believe me. I mean, I know, but I was having a lot of problems with my memory where I couldn't remember, and I have lost a lot of the. I used to be able to. I used to be able to tell you. Cecily Green made that dance. She is not left-handed. She lives in the DC area.
Mhm.
The whole history of the dance, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Now I have to call, text Stefan. What was that?
Mhm.
Because I am having those problems with my memory, but it's improving. I've started dancing more. So it is improving. I think dancing helps your memory,
That's
but it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle where
mm,
I used to be able to do anything. And to me, if you look at a dance and you can jump up, to me, it's not really advanced, unless it's Stefan. but
yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? I can look at stuff and say, oh, that's not that hard. it's not that complicated. The steps are not intricate. Like normally, of course, Nicole and Chris, Shantae Lee.
Shantae, Silk,
Oh my gosh.
Silk in there.
Chris, he's on the same wall, but at the different corners of the wall. What in the world? 21 Me Please.
Oh yeah.
What is it? Drift. What is it? Stefan, Drift. He's on the
Catch
same
My
wall,
Drift.
but on the Catch
Catch
My
My.
Drift. I love that dance. He's on the left side and then he moves to the right side.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so and that's what's happened with me and that's my story about what happened with me where I could do any dance and dance. And of course I've gotten older, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not the same. So and I don't have and look, I don't have to.
So
I'm exempt. I'm exempt.
my question is, it like, all right, so because I mean we do the dances. Is it people are afraid to modify steps to their comfortability? Like, what's the name say?
I
Do
don't
steps to
I
your
don't think
capability.
that I don't think they're afraid to modify steps, but I feel like especially in my class, they don't want to modify steps. They feel like somebody might say something. I don't care who says anything,
Yeah,
but people are like that. They're conscious and self-conscious about what they're doing and feel like, somebody's gonna say something because they didn't do a turn, they did something
and
else.
honestly, I understand the fear, and people do say something. You know what I mean? Which is weird, but because I, like, for instance, in my class, I'll teach them the correct way, then I show them a modified way. You know what I mean? But it seemed like some people are, well, some people in the class, even my class, they're hesitant to do modified steps to certain dances because that is not how the creator created it, or even teach it in a form of modification, because that's not like, where's the freedom? Why do what happens there? Like, why can't we just, hey, this is how you do it, but this is what to do, but this is what you can do as an option if you have uncomfortable doing this. What's going on with that?
Because you just said it. You said that people say something about it.
Mm,
And that's people. And I always say this. There's no issues with line dancing. There's no issue with line dancing. Let me
right.
say it again. There's no issue with line dancing.
Okay.
I
There's
like
nothing wrong with line dancing. There's nothing going on with line dancing. It's people.
that's
And
Mm,
right.
people cause all the issues that there are in line dancing.
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
And
That's the
then
issue. Line dancing is unchanged.
right.
Mm,
Except it has, some dances are productions, but I love it. I don't care. Fire. I don't care. But you know what I'm saying? That's the issue. I love that dance.
yeah.
But
Right.
that's the issue right there is people.
Okay.
People saying something about, oh, she went to the left instead of the right, or
Right.
they're doing it wrong. They made a dance on top of a dance, which I don't like. I'm gonna say I like the floor to be the same. I like
Mm,
everybody to be doing the same thing, but I know that's not possible because everybody doesn't feel that way.
but is it
So
okay? I mean, is it not okay to have? Let's just say two. I ain't gonna go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but just two dances to one song. One can be on different levels, maybe.
it's fine. People can do whatever they want. And
Right.
like Chris, Nicole, everybody says, they've said it, the floor will speak.
It
The
is
floor does
speak.
all the talking.
Right.
And then
Yes.
I feel sorry for people when the floor does talk because I can't run and do two dances.
Rondi can.
You know what I'm saying? I can't run over to the left and do somebody's one dance and then run over to the right. Rondi, one year, he did 6 dances. He did 6 blurred lines. I'm not
Wow.
doing all that. No.
Right.
But,
Right.
and it's good that he does it because he's like, he's an ambassador. He's wonderful. But I just like the floor to be, I like everybody to do the same thing. I know Stefan loves that too. But I just love that. But if we have more than one, if we have 2, 3, I mean, there's nothing you can do. It's what the people want to do. And if they want to do it, it's fine. But I feel like they need to be lined up correctly.
Mm,
You can't have 2 dances going on and everybody be all scattered and somebody's got to be on the left, right, back, front,
correct.
whatever.
Correct.
That's the most important thing. So you have to know where you're supposed to stand. to keep,
Okay.
everything in line.
Yeah, I think I've seen it because I have mixed feelings on it. You know what I mean? I love the idea of everyone dancing all together. I love it. Um, but I also think it's beautiful to see two dances on the same floor, and it shows like different regions. It shows different levels. It gives some people the opportunity to have flexibility, choice. You know what I'm saying? Because shoot, some people make a dance and you be like, I'm not really feeling the steps for that dance. I feel like it should be smoother, or I think it should be faster, or whatever the case.
Yeah,
And then when you
that's
see
true
another
too.
dance and you be like, yes. Because for instance, what's my girl name? Tina. She did what's the name song? The deep voice singer, female singer. What's my girl? You know the one. I can't remember her name. It was two dances. Guy from Buffalo, Eyes. He did Eyes, and then
Oh
Tina.
yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So it was two
I know
dances.
Tony Braxton. Tony
Yeah, Toni
Braxton.
Braxton, yes. And so she did her dance as long as I live. Thank you, Jermaine. She did her dance, and it was more catered to like beginner friendly, if anything else, in the
Yeah,
beginner circle.
exactly.
And then he did eyes, and he gave other people options at the same time. Only problem is we didn't know which direction we were supposed to go, but he gave us an option to work, and that's what I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it is. But I get both sides for it, if anything else. You know what I mean? It just gives us options and the freedom to kind of decide.
That's true. And there are some dances that do have a beginner and slash intermediate slash advanced dance. There's
Mm.
several. That's a lot.
Yes, yes.
And uh, like cruise control, my twin, she has a dance, uh, a beginner dance to that same music
What is it
that
called?
her and oh Lord, twin, if you're on, remind me because I'm
Cruise.
terrible.
What?
Her
God?
is Diva. I think is it Diva Slide? Am I saying it
Oh
right,
yeah, yeah,
twin?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Please help me with that because I'm terrible. They know I am right now. But
Okay.
anyway, so that's a beginner dance, and it was made at the same time. So you know, it's just one's
Yeah.
beginner, one's not. Diva Slide. I
Divas.
said it right, twin. Did you hear me? So that's an example. 21 Me Please also um has a beginner dance to it. Bam
I
Bam made a
just,
dance.
I just saw
Yeah,
that this
and it's
past.
cute and it's a beginner dance. And then 21 Me Please is not. It's not.
Yeah. That's
So-
funny because I just saw that dance at the UC. Yeah, man, brought it to the
yes.
UC and she taught it
She
there.
taught this year. I love her.
That's what's up.
See,
She's a sweetheart.
she is. She's like one of the. I can used to, and I still do consider Atlanta my second home because I used to dance in Atlanta so much back in the day. And when I first met her, she was teaching, and she doesn't remember this, but she got up there because I was. They just said, "Can you teach?" I was like, not ready, prepared, nothing. They just asked me, but when she got up there and talked, she said, "And I'm flicked." I mean,
Mm,
I'm like this lady. I mean, I was just in love with her from the
mm.
very second.
So
But
let's talk about.
Well, before you move on, Marquise,
Yeah.
I do, what's your thoughts, Lady T, on a dance? I know you were talking about them being made almost simultaneously, but what happened when there is, and I think maybe a dance has been out for a while, and then there's another one that comes about. How do you feel about that?
I really, of course, I don't know the history of the person that made that dance because some people dances you never seen. We don't even know that they made it at the same time.
Right.
I just saw a dance and I can't remember, but there was a dance to it even before that dance came out, and I can't remember what it was. But at this moment, because I'm always searching when people show me unknown dances, I'm always trying to see if it really is unknown. But I think when it comes to beginner versus advanced, somebody might say, well, we need a beginner dance to this.
Right.
And so that other people can dance that won't get a chance to dance. So maybe that's the reasoning. But if it's a classic,
Mm.
and I know people say, well, what's a classic? Oh, you know what a classic
You
is if
know
you
the
can.
classic.
If it's a classic, I'm against it. I'm
Yeah.
just against it. I'm just against. I'm like this on the classic, and I'm just like that on the classic.
Right.
But to me, if somebody said, "Oh, my class and my people," and they might have a lot of people,
Mhm.
can't do, you know, this dance. I need to have a dance over here so they can dance too.
Terminal reaction.
Okay.
Like terminal
No, don't make a
reaction.
dance determined. No,
They,
no.
they already got it. They already got a song. You know they
Uh,
do, Lady T. They already got a couple dance.
oh,
You know what I mean?
there's what I think that's the dance I'm talking about. That is that the dance that the lady had the dance out for years and years and years. See, that's the thing. When you live in different regions,
Right.
people, especially California, they're way in the West, and there's a lot of dances there that they made back in the same time. That's the true thing. Why are you laughing over there?
He's
'Cause-
laughing because Queen just said like shake a tail feather.
well, listen to this, Marquise. I never did that dance ever in my life, and I had to teach. I had to teach it Wednesday. I had to teach shake it. Thank you, Bam Bam, for helping me with the essentials. I had to teach it because I have an ultra class.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That makes sense.
I see what Demaria is saying, and
Mhm.
should they
If
all be
some are
untouchable?
untouchable,
It's some
shouldn't
right.
they all
Well,
be? And that's
I
just, I
don't
guess,
know.
Demaria, she's just keeping it straight across the board.
Yeah,
It's like.
I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, I'm just on the
But
classics that I know. I want them to remain untouched. I do. I'm
see,
just
But
all right.
saying.
So
I can
But we
see
can't make people do anything. We can't make
facts.
people do
absolutely, but
anything.
then
They're not gonna
it
listen.
goes right. It goes back to what you stated earlier, as Coley Cole and them say, the floor would tell the story.
Facts.
And it does.
And so, right. So even as people, if you know of a dance, then it's one thing to know of it and you go and create.
Right.
But as you
Yeah,
say,
I
we are
agree.
in different regions, so they may not do their research, in which
Right.
we should encourage everyone to do that so that we don't step on anyone's toes and respect the community.
Mhm.
But
Exactly.
that's basically, as we keep saying, it boils down to just that respect for each other.
Exactly. To me, that's the key to the whole thing is having respect for everybody and being respectful. I mean, that's how I feel like I personally, if I knew a dance was out, I wouldn't make a dance to it. That's me. I would
Mhm.
never do it. I'd be
Now,
like,
now,
mm-mm.
Lady T, you got this dance, and it's in your soul. You feeling it. You do your research. You don't see nothing. Blah blah. You about to get the steps in. You got the steps down. Boom. Next thing you know, you about to go ahead and do a video and post, and somebody out of nowhere drop a dance to that song. What are you doing with it, Lady T?
Nothing.
Dang.
Marquise, she just saying respect.
I just I just can't. I know, and somebody asked me once to make a dance with them, and I did a search. The people are not travelers. We don't know them. We never saw them before. But there are lives, but I did not make it. I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah. Jeez. You
Yeah,
know what?
and
You're not the
so
only person. You're not the only person I heard say that too. If anything
I
else.
just feel uncomfortable doing it. I don't feel comfortable.
With this,
Yeah,
I guess I have a different perspective. You know what I mean? For me personally, especially if it's coming from your heart, you feel inspired to even create something to it. That gift is what you're giving to us, and that gift is what you're withholding from us at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Just
I
because
can
of
put another gift on it. I can throw another gift on it.
nah, we don't want that one. We don't want
There's so much
that one.
music.
Yeah,
There's
that's
so much
facts. That's
music.
facts. There is so much
And
music,
and
but
I
there's
love
just
so
certain
much of it.
ones. There's just certain
Yeah.
ones that
So
speak to you. I mean, because I've had songs. My wife and I, we've had songs that we couldn't do nothing to. Right? We got months on it or whatever like that. But then another song come up, and boom, it just you feel the inspiration. You just running with it, and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's so many songs, but there's only certain ones that actually speak to you, and it speak for you purposely, and it's fit for you to also share it. You know what I mean? So holding it now check this out, Lady T. One thing about the community, there is these unwritten rules and laws that exist, but sometimes I feel like in some of these laws that's in place, it kind of limit us to be free in what our purpose is of coming in here in the first place. Now I get certain things like you got certain classic dances you don't want to touch or whatever the case may be. I get all that. So I respect it because, people, I mean, it's not whatever your intent is by putting a dance to a classic dance. If it's intent for people to do the same dance, you might as well stop it right then and there. But like I said,
Exactly.
for the example you were saying that you got this dance on your heart and the steps and the music, everything is everything. And then you like, somebody did a dance to it.
It's just it's just to me it's my level of respect. That's just how I feel. I just try to be respectful to that person that already did it. It's a lot of work to come up with a dance, and I don't care what level it is, if the person put their heart in it too. So here I
Facts.
am coming second. I think I'm fine with it. I don't care. I just don't do it. And but I do agree with you that if people want to put out a dance to something that they see a dance to, then it's up to them. But like Nicole, I keep bringing you up,
Mhm.
like Nicole and Chris say, the floor will speak. It's gonna
Right.
talk, and
See,
and then see that's the pain of it, because when the floor speaks, don't come running to us and say, "Come over
facts.
here and do my dance," when
I
we
agree.
over
Right.
here doing this other
I
dance.
agree.
Because
I
I'm
agree.
only doing one dance
I
to
agree.
one song.
So
Yeah.
I'm not learning a whole
I
bunch.
guess the difference
So when
between
that floor speaks,
I
it can
think the
be
difference
painful.
between
We
you
listen.
I think the difference between you is that yours is a personal choice to not to do so, right?
Yes,
While
exactly.
someone else is choice and decision is based off of what someone else said you shouldn't do. It's not so much about personal choice. They're doing it. They're not putting the dance out because somebody else says, "Oh, you can't do nothing like that." If someone got a dance out, you can't put another dance out to a song that just came out just recently or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So how do you communicate with them in that situation if they really want to put something out and the rule says you can't?
I have talked to people about it in the past. I don't too much do it now because
Mm.
Nicole can back me up on this. She has. I'm not the police. There's no police. But I have just let the person know, just in case they don't know, there is already a dance to this song. Just
Okay.
wants you to know there is. Just because people come in your DMs, the messenger, whatever, and let you know. And I don't agree with all that, but they will do it. They will
Yes.
come for you. And that's some of the issue too. I think it's wrong to do that. Don't come for anybody. The dance floor will speak. But I just say, did you know there was a dance to this? And they'll tell me, no, I didn't know. And they'll
Right.
say, oh, what do I do? Nothing. You put it out. I mean, there's nothing you can do. It's fine. I just want you to know, so when somebody says something, you can say, I know that.
Mhm.
Um,
And I
Mhm.
made a dance too. But Demaria just said something. She was just saying, doesn't it mean like, does it mean when you feel like you have to make a dance on top of it, as I call it, on top of a dance, does that mean you think that the dance is not good enough and that you feel like you got to make a dance to make one better? And that's a whole, see, and that's where it goes. It's just,
if you,
it's
I put,
a,
I
it's
think
a vicious circle.
in that question, if I made a dance to a song that just came out, for me personally, I love the song. I know the
Yes,
dance out, but I just for me that I've watched. Hey, I keep it straight. If I see a dance that I'm not really feeling that it goes very well with that song,
Mhm.
in my opinion, yeah, I create another one to it. In my opinion, now I kind of still like someone said. I kind of still, Janice. I still wait for the mainstream because in the mainstream everybody's there. You know what I mean? Either they're trying to get
Exactly.
a picture from the artist or whatever the case. Everybody's there, but when it comes to making decisions on choosing a dance, I did that early on when we first started. I won't do that again. Now I respect as much as possible, but if I come across a track that I like and I'm feeling it, You know what I mean? And I feel inspired to make a dance to it. I do my research
Mhm.
still. I do my research. I check to see what they got going on and this, that, and the other. I even check to see if anybody even doing this dance. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we will not do a dance that someone created, and that same dance won't even circulate through the community. It just,
Exactly, and I agree with that
you
too.
know what I'm saying?
It
So it's
might
like,
not circulate or go anywhere.
you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like,
It's true.
I probably get out of respect.
It's
I probably reach out to the person and let them know, hey, just so you know, I'm about to, put something. I see the dance, and to let you know I'm doing something, and I just inform them of what's going
well,
on.
that's respect.
Yeah,
That's
You do, you
respect.
know,
yeah,
that's
Yes.
being respectful. If
yeah,
you want to, and then they'll probably just say no problem.
yeah.
I mean, because of course, there's dances that we don't like and
Right.
don't want to do.
And
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
at
that's just it.
the end of
I
the
don't like
day,
music, certain music. There's just stuff that you're not gonna feel. And then how about if you think, oh, I feel this, I want to do, then
Right,
it's okay. It's your
right,
right.
right.
I don't, and that's why I stopped saying, I just tell people you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just letting you know,
right,
just in case you didn't know, that there's already a dance to it, and you might get
Mhm.
some
Right. And so
feedback.
and I guess, you know what I gather from all of the conversation is whether if you, as Queen asked her question, you both created the dance at the same time, so forth and so on. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the end of the night, the floor will speak.
mm,
And whatever the floor is saying, that's what the people will do.
mm,
So that's what I gather from that.
right, right. That's
Lady
facts.
T, um, I really didn't know that you created What's Your Flavor?
Yeah, that's
I
one of
was
my
like,
dances.
yes, I was like, hey,
Yeah,
anyway, what was your inspiration with all of that? You love to roll, Lady
that's
T?
that's a nasty song.
No, I've got the weakest role in line dancing. I got the
Okay.
weakest role in
Well,
line
you know
dancing.
what? You
that's a
What
have
happened was
that's a nasty song, Lady T. By the way, go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
follow I follow Cupid. So the day that Cupid came out with the song, he was like saying, come on, everybody." So he put the dance, he started singing it and all. And I just jumped up and started dancing it and made a dance while I was working.
That's what's
And
up.
then just took it to class. And Aaron Rose came to class, and
Mhm.
it's so much, he's so smooth. And so he danced it, and it looked so good. I said, "Aaron, so it was just." And then the next thing, that same day, they taught it that same day that the video came out. Of course, they ended up, you know, teaching it wrong, because our floor had those lines,
Mhm.
and so they ended up, doing it wrong. And it was fine. I said, it's cool. It'll be all right. Who cares?
Right.
I don't get excited about it. I don't get
right.
excited about. I'm appreciative for anybody that does any of my dances, and they've been. My first dance is called Too Easy, and they did that back then, and just whatever anybody that
So
wants to do them, they can. It's up to them.
so why
And
do you?
Marquise, you didn't know that music was the dance I made for my birthday to
Oh,
that
really?
Coolio song.
Oh, okay, then. Okay, because I'm like, why we got Coolio on here? What's going on?
Yeah,
We
and
changing
so
it up. We changing it up.
and look, she said there's nothing wrong with rolling, and she is so right. There is nothing wrong with rolling, but Lady T,
She said you're under. I
I
think.
roll at home. I
I
don't
think.
roll. My roll's so weak. Anybody that see I, I'm not a roller.
Demaria say you low key like the role though. You undercover
Yeah,
with
low key. When nobody,
it.
hey, turn it up. Yeah.
So, question, Lady T, why do you So what's your reason for creating dances? And
The love of the whatever the music is, the music. I know that little song is just, you know, Hey, thank you. Thank you. She loves Unstoppable Love. Yeah, I love that too. And I love love. But I just, whatever the music is, the day that I made Unstoppable Love, I made like 4 dances that day.
Mm, really?
I was like, oh, I know. It just, you just, I don't know. It was just that day. And I just never stopped. I mean, it was just that day. And I just got up and just said, ooh. But you see, I haven't made any dances lately because, you know, I'm just like, what? I just,
Whenever it
yeah,
hits.
that's right. I don't have to make a whole bunch of dances.
Okay.
That's not my thing. I don't get it. I mean, I think, take your time, just make one dance, let people marinate on that,
And
Hmm.
enjoy it.
and then enjoy that dance and just go from there.
Right.
That's what I
So,
think.
yeah. So,
Don't
Lady
make a
T,
whole bunch.
I told you, this hour has flown by. Okay,
Yeah, you're right.
We are 56 minutes into this interview. Okay.
Mhm.
So, um, out of your 17 years of experience, you have already, mentioned several names, but would you like to give a shout out to anyone?
I'd like to give a shout out to my team, Janet, Garrard,
Mm,
Mildred Smith, and Cheryl Dillingham White. Um, we have all four walls covered, baby. And they've been with me a long time. And I do want to clarify that in those 17 years, I did go to United We Dance like that next year. But then there was a period that we had like weren't going anywhere, but then it just picked up the same time. I guess I met Stefan when I started going to Southeast Largest, which
mm.
was a huge line dancing event in Atlanta that we used to go to, and people from everywhere went to as well. Um, but I want to give a shout out to them because those are my people. So, and of course, my mentor, Kenny J. I don't even know if he knows. I've told him he was my mentor like a million times, but he's
Mhm.
like, when I met him, I knocked on his door
Mhm.
at Southeast Largest and took off running. just, just silly, just silly back then. It was,
Wow. That's
it's
so.
Kenny, it's Kenny J. I mean, that's how I felt about him. You know,
Mhm.
it was just,
Wow.
oh, you
That
better
is
have shouted
funny.
me out. Oh, Stefan,
I blame
Nicole, of
you.
course, for all
Look,
the advice. She's
Mhm.
all Nicole. If I go and ask Nicole something, which I do, she'll she'll tell it straight. Sometimes it cuts. She'll tell me straight. And of course, Lindsay. I don't like I said, Lindsay Mayfield. She's the one that started Universal, and I am one of many administrators. Don't blame me.
It's you. You be speaking. You the only one that be talking. Or Nicole too. You and Nicole be talking. But you be over there.
We have to. We got to tout.
Yeah, yeah. What?
but
And
right. I'm sorry. And who else?
no, that's it. I would just
Oh,
well,
okay.
somebody she said that somebody was saying something there. Oh, Eugenia Gordon, and I was just like, you can reach out. People reach out to me all the time and send me messages, and it's fine. If I like people to, you know, I'll try to help anybody with anything. I don't know all the answers, so there's veterans that have been in a longer time than I have. They're veterans.
Mhm.
Nicole, Curtis, lots, Bernadette, Kenny J, plenty. But I feel like everybody should help one another. You know.
I agree. I definitely agree. And yeah, you've been helpful for me as well too.
Oh, and I want to shout out. Let me shout out what R&R, Aaron Rose and Kiana Rose for that beautiful event that they had.
Hey,
Um, I got to shout them out because they brought life to Nashville.
that's what's up.
They're my kids. They brought line dancing back in Nashville. They're traveling. They're doing everything they can to bring it back, make it successful, and I love it. They're just great kids.
That's what's
I call them
Awesome.
kids. They're young enough to be my kids. So.
up.
Awesome. What about any announcements? Do you have anything coming up or any events that you will be attending?
I'll be with Marquise this weekend in the D in Detroit with Nicole and Kurt enjoying. They're back after the 2-year hiatus, and I'll be there watching.
Mhm.
I'll be some stuff I'll be watching. 'Cause we were working on this event for so long. I haven't done no. I'm just like, I'll be watching. I'll be there. And I'm glad to be there. I'm glad to be going. And then um the events in Tennessee are not. R&R will be having their event in 2024. So will Memphis. They'll be having the Memphis Throwdown. That's in 2024. And then Jansen will have M10 in 2024. So everybody's moved.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Marquise, you have anything?
Oh yeah, man. Shout out always to Lady T coming on, letting us know what time it is. She didn't give us all the tea, but we'll take what we can get from her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
I'm
may
giving you all look.
Yeah, but definitely shout out for her coming on, giving us some history. Do appreciate it. And also Queen Sheila creating a platform so we can have these types of conversation, and all the supporters that came on too with their input and information as well. We do thank y'all also.
All
Thank you for
right.
having
What
me,
about
y'all.
what's
Go
that?
ahead. I
What
was
were
just
you?
saying, thank you for having me
That's what
on. I'm okay now.
Thank
yeah,
Oh,
you.
the Marriott might be. I hope I messed up. M10 is in 2023. Thank you, Samaria.
yeah. Shout out to that list you created too, Lady T. That was definitely way past overdue, like for real. But you kept it up to date, so
Don't forget, actually, because I just put this out, and I know you saw it, Marquise. If you link it to the group, it'll automatically be in Universal under events, but it has to be an event page. And
okay.
please try not to build event pages in Universal. It has Universal as the host.
Right.
You'll have to make it under your stuff, so your name will go. Whoever's gonna do. But just if it says groups, if you go ahead and link it to that,
Okay.
um, if you add the group Universal, which changed, thank you,
Hey,
Lindsay. Just link it to, and then it'll come up. If you just push events, I get so many messages on that event page thing. Oh
yeah.
man, it's a lot.
On the
Yeah,
event.
and thank you so much, as Marquise said, for giving us that page that we can go out and communicate with people across, the regions.
Mhm.
And so again, thank you. And
You're
also
welcome.
on your page, I saw you always tell people that event or those announcements for those different events is pinned at the top, as
Yes, it's
well
pinned at
as
the top.
as well as the database that was created for.
Nicole just said, I'm willing to enhance the event function in ULDC if someone wants to help.
Okay,
You got it, Nicole. Nah.
I know, right?
Nicole made ULDC by herself. It's all her that did all this work on that. And we really want everybody to use it
Yeah.
and not just for an award, not just for an award,
So petty.
but to hold the history of your line dances. That
Right.
holds that history of line dancing. It's so important. And I
Right.
don't know why people won't use it. Don't just use it around what month? October. I don't know. Use it all the time. Put all your stuff in there.
Yeah. Also,
Events, classes,
all
dances.
yeah, please, because we get tired of answering the same question in the universal live dance page.
So tired of answering the same question in Universal.
Yeah,
Okay, so I guess the next response would just be a copy of the link. That's your answer.
Jermaine posted it earlier.
Somebody put it in there.
Yeah,
and
Jermaine.
it's awesome. It's been around for years and years. That's why I don't understand why people don't use it. It's important. Don't just use it at UC time. You use it. Put your stuff in there all the time.
Facts. I agree.
Because
It's important.
universal, that's for any individual, correct?
Mhm.
Yes. Well, yes. But it's for soul. It's going back to its roots of soul line dancing.
Right.
And we want you to
Exactly.
post. But one thing that I hope and pray that we don't continue to see, and I'm not against anybody dancing alone. We love you, but really, let's try not to put videos in Universal of you just dancing by yourself
Mm.
to somebody else's dance, because that cuts down on. That's a lot. If everybody's doing it, just showcasing themselves dancing to a dance.
Only if it's the dance challenge, but you're supposed to bring that over to me anyways. So if it's
It's
the
not the
dance,
dance challenge.
yeah, bring that over
It's
to me.
just people dancing a dance. We love you. We love people to dance. But it's better if you dance in a group and you if you want to shout out the person's dance or whatever. Awesome, but yeah,
Yeah.
So Jermaine has a new dance.
yes,
That's Steph
yeah, he does. He's got a
Bobby.
collabo and he has dancers.
Steph
Oh, and
Bobby.
don't forget Indris in your prayers, Rose. Thank you.
Yes. EJ.
Our line dance brother is ill, and please remember him. He's so sweet.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
Okay, yes. And as you know, that Queen Sheila, she is out of the hospital, and
Yay! God is
praise
good.
God, absolutely. And I know they will have a function for her, as I said last week,
Oh, that's wonderful.
in honor of her healing and her being, her recovering.
Yeah.
So continue to be on the lookout if you're able to come and participate. I'm sure she would love to have you.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
dance
that's
of the
nice.
week, Lady T. What dance would you like to recommend?
I recommend. What is it? What was I working on today? Which Joy and Souls,
Hey.
Jermaine dance,
Yeah.
Jermaine and PJ and
Hunger infection.
Stefan. Tell me the name.
Hunger and
He
affection.
will. And I recommend Shaker's Tail Feather for all ultra beginners. I recommend Shaker Tail Feather. I had to teach it
Okay.
Wednesday.
I just can't get
Did you
away.
shake since you didn't like to roll?
Um,
Well, since you
I
don't
did.
roll
I did.
away from
I'm an
home.
upper body.
Shoulders. Gave him shoulders, huh? Number shoulders.
I was like, this is wow.
So
Yeah.
Marquise, what about our dance of the month?
Dance of the month. She mentioned it already. Joy and Soul by Robert Sykes and Ray Morris. We do appreciate it. So yeah, definitely get on it. We already got a few dances submitted already. Shout out to Rhonda. Rhonda Coleman came through with her many personalities as well. And
She's so
then
sweet.
Annette Burgess, she came through as well too. So yeah, definitely get on it, put it out there, show support, and just so you know, the creators, they do appreciate when y'all do this too. So let's continue to support one another, man. Definitely.
Awesome. It has been a joy. I have
I
thoroughly
enjoyed
enjoyed
y'all.
you. And Marquise,
Mhm.
what was it? Was it last month that we actually met in person in
Yes.
Birmingham?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you thought she
Yes.
was
So I go up to her. I'm sitting in the back. I'm like, man, that must be her lookalike. And she looked just like Katrina. I've never met her in person. So I'm like, that must be Katrina Daniels' twin, And then I go, when I go up to her, I'm like, what is your name? And she was like, Katrina Daniels. I'm like, hi, Katrina.
wow.
I was like, and
We
then
had a good
everybody got
time.
the twin back. I'm like, oh, it's Dawn. Dawn is your twin. You
Right.
know.
Yeah. And
But
that's another event, True Essence in October. I'll be
yes,
teaching. I don't know what I'm teaching, but I'll be teaching.
You better make sure you do your research.
I love those people. Oh, I
yes.
probably won't make a dance. I'll probably do somebody's dance.
Oh,
Because
you
what's wrong
know,
with not making a dance and doing somebody else's dance? That's
That's
cool
wrong.
too.
exactly. I love that. And you know, Messi over here.
What
You
are you
know, that's
talking
just that July 15th. You know that.
about?
You know,
Lady
but
T, Lady T is worse than me. I just want to let you know that. Shout out, Lady T is worse than me. I'm good compared to her. Oh heck nah.
oh, Lord, yes. So, Lady T, you go ahead.
It's crooked.
And I
Definitely.
do plan to be there, and I will see you again in October
Oh,
if I
that's
don't see you
wonderful.
before. This has been great. Marquise, can
I've
you think of
enjoyed it.
anything?
Oh, no, man, definitely. It's been awesome. Like I said, we do appreciate everybody coming on.
Look,
Enjoy it as well. So she's so funny with us. I tell you, that's what.
We have thoroughly enjoyed the viewers, your input, your love,
I know.
your
Love
time.
y'all.
Yes, we truly love each one of you.
Mhm.
And hey, meet us back here next week, same time. We will be interviewing Linda Sims next week.
Oh, that's what's up.
Oh, wow.
That's what's up.
Yes. So, and Demaria, I'm coming. I promise you, I'm coming. I got to get my week right though. First Saturday, I'm coming to hang
It's
out with
so
you.
much fun. So much
I
fun with
bet. But you
Demaria.
know, in May, Demaria, meet me in May before I come to you. Meet me in May at Adrian's event that she's hosting.
I need to look at that. I need to look at Adrian to see if I can come.
Yeah, come on, Lady T, and let's shimmy a little.
Shoulders, do the
Look,
shoulders.
let me
Get your
let
shoulder
me do
going.
this.
Yeah. I may
Oh,
roll
you know, I
for
got
you a
my
little bit.
615 shirt on.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's
Yeah.
up.
Oh, we love you. We thank you all. Thank you, Queen Sheila,
Thank
again
you for
for
having me.
the platform. We thank you, viewers, for hanging in here with us. We pray that you have a blessed and wonderful week and even better evening. Thank you.
I'll too.
Oh,
Thank you.
Marquise, how we end?
Oh, love is no good unless you throw it at them.
Unless you're
Amen.
giving it away. And here's some of ours. Mwah.
Right.
We
Yeah.
Love
love you.
y'all.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Awesome.